Going on, rockers? I'm in my car, driving. You're along with me, so you know what that means. Headed to another gig. And weather is beautiful, man. If I wasn't recording this right now, I'd have the windows down and the music blasting. But be that as it may, I'm on my way to JB's Roadside Bar and Grill for a little outdoor gig with a band called Steelrizon. Steelrizon. I mean, that is a Yinzer hard rocking name if I've ever heard one. So, I'm going to go over there and meet these guys, and Yinzer coming along with me. Let's go! Hey, everybody, this is a little different than a backstage ambush this time. This is actually a backyard ambush. We are here at JB's Roadside Bar and Grill. And I guess in the summer times, they have these outdoor gigs. So you can see there's the stage back there. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's basically a backyard. So there really isn't a backstage for me to ambush. But these guys right here are Steelrizon, correct?
Correct.
That's how you say it?
Yeah.
Steelrizon. Every time I would see the name, I would keep thinking Steel Horizon, which I thought,
it is
kind of like emerged there.
Yeah, that's exactly what it stands for.
I got it. So over here to my right, this is Jason, lead guitar, right?
Yes, sir.
Rich on drums. I'm actually going to be subbing in for him, or just replacing him.
He's taking my job.
He's on the slide here.
He did a little bit of a sound check, and I'm fired after this gig. So
he's like trouble, dude. So just kidding. Over here, this is Tony, lead vocals, and then over here, Bill, bass. Does that guy look like a bass player? I mean,
pounding the bass.
He looks like a bass player. So, how did you guys get together? When did this all kind of start?
Oh, God.
Well,
we all kind of knew each other. Yeah,
at the end
COVID
of
happened.
Okay. Well, me, Jay, and Bill were in Mean Street, which was a Van Halen tribute band, and our singer passed away.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't know what we were going to do.
In the meantime, he called me up and asked
Yes.
Why to do a side project.
We were already planning.
Sure,
me and Tony were already planning something on the side, but we were going to stay in our other bands, and then Robbie died. And so I said, hey, would you want to come play with Jason and Bill? And we didn't even have a name back then, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that was the seedlings of it.
Okay.
We're into now.
Well, we were called After Forever, but everybody thought we was a Black Sabbath tribute band. So
that's one of my favorite Black Sabbath songs. I have got into So a lot of my friends, are musicians. We all serve together in the church, on the worship team, and I always defend Black Sabbath. I'm like, you just don't understand. I want to do like a TED talk or a dissertation on Black Sabbath and we're all meaning in their song. Look, you got a visitor.
So yeah, they came to listen.
There's a deer.
Oh, I see
So,
that.
yeah.
Hey, buddy.
There's
We
a
got
deer
the
in
wildlife
audience
here.
now.
It's
Just FYI, I'm surprised you said that, but I also play at my church every Sunday.
Nice.
I'm a worship band.
Yeah, so it's going to be a late night for me tonight and an early morning tomorrow because I got to play bass. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So you guys have been around since like 2000 or 2022, right?
yeah.
As this
sounds
band.
about right.
So I understand like you guys have some originals, some covers.
We do.
Is it like, the covers are just fill in, you want to make that transition to just doing your own songs?
It kind of started the other way around. It was like we're writing stuff, and then the writing stuff and working it out would take a while. So in the meantime, we'd take shows, and instead of like rushing like writing songs, we'd throw in, because we've all played happy songs so many times anyway.
Right.
And so it started this way, and it kind of got that way.
Okay.
But it keeps moving. I mean, it's the difference between playing 10 or 11 songs and playing 30 or 40.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, but I mean, like, so you don't really have that goal of just doing originals, or is that? I mean, like I was in a band where we did the same thing, where we had originals, we had covers, and we just kind of like always just were cool with just doing whatever,
It's kind of like when we can get together, and if we have enough time to really go over stuff.
Oh yeah, because writing's not easy.
Family.
Well, after you interview us, we might become famous, and then we can start playing all originals.
There you go.
If it was up to me, I mean, I'd rather just play 12, 13 songs on bigger stuff and just maybe play one or two covers. But we run it at democracy, so that's okay. I'm just
So like, how many originals are you working with now?
6.
We got a new one we're working on. So
we're gonna have
7.
Okay.
We have CD coming out.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Hopefully.
Breaking news.
Right.
Breaking news right here on Backstage Ambush.
As of now, everything with the progress with the CDs looks good. Everything went through with this makers. They're saying like around the 22nd. Hopefully of this month we'll have them out. So hopefully one of those warnings come out and they'll be right at my door.
Yes.
So and as soon as that happens, we'll start carrying them immediately at the show. So
if I'm not mistaken, I saw your originals are on like Spotify, iTunes, places like that. Okay, so you can get their originals.
YouTube.
They're out there for streaming.
Look us up.
just do a search for Steelrizon. The first 20 things that come up.
iHeartRadio, Amazon.
It's on all of them.
Apple.
What about music
YouTube.
from the 412? You guys on there?
No, but we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I got the connections now.
You do?
Yeah, I can. I'll put the things together there for you to get
That'd
you
be
on that.
fantastic.
Music from the 412.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, my pleasure. Like, we're music from the 412 is here to help local bands and get you guys exposure and help you guys reach a bigger audience.
There's so much good music.
That's where this interview will be in a couple days once I get it done.
So much good music in the Pittsburgh area.
Oh, for sure.
And unless you have like a central place, like the app, that is the app that you can download, correct? Like anything else, which I was checking that out earlier. It's just so nice because you can put it on and hear just local rock or whatever you want to all day long.
Yeah,
which is a great way to support local rock and metal or whatever your taste be.
Yeah, and you're finding out about these bands. Maybe you like the recording and then you want to go see them live, and then there's always ways. Obviously, we live with all the knowledge of the world in our back pockets most of the time with our cell phones, right?
Yeah.
See? So let's go from here over. I want to know, like, who is your biggest musical influence?
Wow.
My biggest musical influence.
See, like you guys.
Oh man, there's not really the biggest, because there's so many different people and so many different genres that are masters of what they do. Like guitar wise, there's only one Stevie Ray, only one Eddie.
Oh yeah.
But Eddie can't play Stevie. Stevie can't play Eddie. So it's like that mixture and that little niche, depending on my mood. So I'd say anybody who puts 1,000% into their music, doesn't even have to be guitar, it can be anything. That passion, I think, is what it's about.
Okay. You Rich? You're gonna say Neil, right? The professor.
The old part is one of them.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of drummers say this, but it's true. John Bonham, because I was in a Led Zeppelin tribute band. We were called Bled Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other story. 2 of my members died. Yeah, bass player died. 5 months later, guitarist died. So it was terrible. But anyways, we were in the Led Zeppelin tribute band, and John Bonham was definitely growing up as a young person.
Right.
He was my hero. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about, like, I know for me, there was, I can't remember what band it was. There was some band that, I'm blanking on it, but it was one of those bands like that was just out of my reach. I didn't really think about them. I didn't really care for them. And then I had to sit down and play their music. And then I was like, oh.
A new appreciation
Yeah,
for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
once you start digging into what they're really doing, you're like, oh, I can actually appreciate this now. I see the technicality of it.
You're paying attention.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The skill behind it is intense.
What about you, Tony?
Oh.
James LeBray.
It was
at Dream Theater.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Honestly, though, it's
Jeff Case.
70s. Well, see, this was the 70s. See, I'm 59, so yeah.
You are?
Believe it or not.
Damn.
But
Yeah,
I remember getting the albums, cut them open.
I
mean, it was there was
smell of
artwork. Oh, the smell of them. Yeah. Just if they had hair, if they had long hair and shit like.
Yes,
You got to be cool then, right?
How can you even pick from back in the 70s and in the 80s? And it's hard. It's hard. My first concert was Johnny Mathis, though. So that's really throwing you all off. So it's way up. But then it went after that, of course, all the other ones.
Yeah. What about you, Bill?
For me, no, I appreciate them, but I'm more a rock guy. So like when I started out, it was all Steve Harris. And then
love it. He's my hero. Yeah, I love Steve Harris.
And then the one guy that no one really knows, but has heard 8 million times is Bob Daisley.
Oh yeah.
This is some of the most famous bass lines ever. That people don't realize it's him.
Right.
And I'm trying to think anyone else. Chris Squire, guys like that.
That's awesome.
That's a good one.
So sum up a Steelrizon. See, I did it again. Steelrizon show in like 1 or 2 words. Can you do it?
Loud. You knew where I was going with that.
My motto, play it loud.
What about you?
I'd say the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go loud.
Play it loud. Loud. Definitely loud.
I didn't bring earplugs. I'm in trouble.
The correct response is what? Huh?
Exactly. And explain why you couldn't hear it.
I can't hear shit.
No. But all right. So socials are what? Give everybody the socials real quick. I'll put them up there as well. So you're on Spotify, all that.
2-4. Oh, not that.
All right, hold on. Let me get my paper. I've been after this for a while.
YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, iHeartRadio. Am I missing one?
No,
there's a bunch.
Facebook.
Yeah.
There's actually probably about 15 other ones, but it's just thrown out there through TuneCore, who I usually run everything through.
Okay.
And it just distributes all that out to these overseas and stuff. And so a lot of them are ones that we don't really use over here, but it's, if they're gonna use it, it's ones I've never heard.
Yeah. I had a podcast and like somebody was telling me like, oh yeah, I found you on this streaming service, and I'm like, I've never heard of it, and I didn't put it there. So how did it get there?
Exactly.
But hey, if people are gonna get to it,
that's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if it's for being used more overseas and it gets you some listens over there, good for you.
I had a friend that was listening to Spotify and had it on like a rock and heavy rock mix and stuff, and they're really OCD about what they listen to. They told me out of the middle of it, one of our songs came on.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's getting some kind of push. So it's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
So look us up and listen to us.
Yeah,
and give us a like.
Yes, Steelrizon. They're on the socials. You'll find them here on Music from the 412 as well. And I'm ready to hear these guys jam. So let's go.
Awesome.
Cool.
Thank you, Dan.
No problem. Thank you.
Awesome, my man.
That's about Tony.
Yeah, Bill. Let's go.
For those who kiss the ring, sing it down. Yeah, the walls are coming down. It's your time, do it time.
All right. So the gig is over. Steelrizon, and they're a good band. Really nice guys. Super tight. I was impressed with their originals. I got them hooked up with Bill, so you're gonna find them on Music from the 412 real soon. They're on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes and probably a few other places. But yeah, go check them out. Like I said, the originals were good. The covers were great. You know, it really showed like kind of where they were coming from. You know, they said that they, well, I think they had a Van Halen cover band called Mean Street. So they did Unchained, and that was really good. Jason's a crazy good guitar player. So yeah, that was a really good song. They did a couple Black Sabbath covers, because they had a Black Sabbath cover band. And those songs carried over, and they did really, really good on those. And a bunch of other covers that they did were just great. Like, it was really, really cool, cool gig. And the venue, I mean, it's like a weird, like, not weird, but it's a pavilion where there's a stage all set up in there. The bar itself is on the other side of that building. So it's closer to the street, and then there's parking area, and then the pavilion in this big field. Obviously you see they got fires going, and yeah, I mean, those guys, like, you know, they're kind of joking, not joking, but they were serious, but, you know, in a lighthearted way, that, you know, they're a loud band, and they all good and loud, but I guess just being outside like that, you know, the sound waves spread faster, so it's not like, didn't feel like I was like being pummeled all night long. But yeah, I mean, they're a really good band, and the joke about me taking over for Rich on drums was because they had some difficulties, maybe not difficulties, but they, you know, getting the sound right was getting tough. I said, hey, listen, I'll go up and sound check your drums for you, Rich. You can go out, stand in the field, and, you know, hear what it sounds like. Oh yeah, okay, let's try that. So, you know, I went up there and I banged around on his drums for a bit. And he jokingly said something like, oh, this guy's going to steal my job. I don't want your job, Rich. I got enough jobs as it is. So yeah, he's a cool guy. He's a funny dude. But that's what the joke was about there. And then there's a little bit of footage I want to show you that involves this thing, Silver Dollar here. They were playing the Volbeat song, Still Counting. I don't know if you're familiar with the song, but I love the song. Really good song. I played it on guitar in my basement 1,000 times. And so when they kicked that song off, I was like, yeah, I was excited about it. So I was getting some footage of it. And Tony, I never noticed the lyric, but there's something about flipping a coin to somebody or something like that. Well, he flipped the coin to me. And somehow I caught it. Like I saw what he was doing, and he kind of like flipped to me, and I was filming at the exact same time. So I somehow managed to catch it. And he told me another story about it, you know, but about the coin. And yeah, so it was a really fun night. Good guys, they're really cool, and they're a good band. And I know they got a gig at the Paradise Bowl. I'll put it up here. You can see it coming up. That's down on Neville Island. And go check out their socials. They will be on Music from the 412 here shortly. I've already connected them with Bill to get their music up there. And who knows, maybe they'll be getting another interview with Bill or one of those guys. And yeah, so go check those guys out. They're on the YouTube and the Facebook, and their music is on Spotify and on iTunes. Their covers are really tight, really good stuff. And yeah, So that's the very first backyard ambush instead of a backstage ambush. And go check it out on Earth Rocker Media on the YouTube and on Music from the 412. It'll be there streaming and on demand. So that's it until the next gig, which is coming up shortly. I'm happy for that. Peace.